Good morning.
Good night.
Oh, really? It feels like nighttime. We're having a shortage of lighting.
We have a light issue. We are experiencing technical difficulties.
It's like we're in a cave.
A cave?
The Bat Cave.
Are you the Bat Cave?
But we're still on the red cows, guys.
Yeah, we're still here. We're back. It's been a little while, but
it's been a moment.
Yeah, we wanted to get this whole red couch conversation thing going again. And
yeah, we don't want to stop.
Fix the schedule. We got a lot of. Melissa gets a lot of letters. Like, where are you? Where are you guys? And
oh my gosh.
You know, where's Gregory? And
Morning Heel, what's up? Okay, so
yes.
All right, so let's dive into the topic, because this morning we want to talk about 3 common reasons why people aren't getting sustainable results. That's pretty. You don't know the title.
I don't know the title. It's a long title.
Okay. Oh, who's
Episode
there?
number 95.
All right, 95. All right. Though this is really important. The reason why we want to talk about this is because this is a conversation we have with every single new person that comes here at Rise for a program. They're looking to lose weight, build energy, be healthier, get into a healthier lifestyle, change their body comp, whatever your goal is in regard to bettering yourself and your health. We find that there's those 3 common denominators that we hear a lot. See, new words that we hear a lot when we talk to people, and so we wanted to point those out to you because maybe hopefully we'll shine some light and help you.
Well, not here.
Well, no, apparently not, and we'll help you make progress in the right direction if this is something that you are struggling with, or a mistake you've been doing over and over, and so hopefully you'll be changing this. So we wanted to help you with that. So all right, let's dive in.
Let's dive.
And let's just, I really want to reinforce the fact that I said sustainable results, because this is what we do here. Oh, before we get started, we should introduce ourselves.
Let's take a moment to acknowledge my amazing shoulder width and arms.
So, before we get started, just in case it's the first time you guys watching,
shame on you.
We are Rise Conscious Fitness, RYS. My name is Melissa.
And I am Gregory.
There we go.
Yes.
And we help people live better lives by improving the way they fuel their bodies, how they, they move through life, they build their bodies,
how they think,
training, and how they think.
Yes. And
implement more self-love and self-care in their lives.
Yeah, bring the fun back into this fitness thing.
Enjoying exercise and food again, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first common thing that we see, common reason why people are struggling to get or keep sustainable results, the first thing that we see a whole lot is that people are having the wrong approach. They are approaching this whole health and fitness thing with a short-term, quick fix mentality.
Mm-hmm. Short-term mentality.
Okay, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this because, a lot of us have been there before, and I'm sure some of you are doing this currently. Hopefully you can relate to some extent. But, for example, I just want to lose 30 pounds. So I'm just going to work out until I lose 30 pounds.
Expressed this to me. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
No.
How long have you been keeping this?
I didn't want to share this. I'm getting really vulnerable. So the first common reason is that people are really having a short-term, I like to say short-term mentality when it comes to their health and fitness, right? I just want to lose 5 pounds, or I'm just going to do these shakes,
these detox,
or these 7-day cleanse, or that 30-day program, or that, and there's a lot of problems with this, and we don't have enough time in this video to talk about all the reasons why this is wrong. But here's the bottom line. The bottom line is, if you want to have sustainable actual results, you need to have a sustainable approach to your health and fitness. And this means playing the long game. You need to go into this with creating new, healthier habits that you're going to slowly build one on top of the other, and you're going to basically living a healthier lifestyle. And it's not just about, yes, we want you to set goals like, if you want to lose, a certain amount of weight or look a certain way and things like this. Goals are great, but it's not about the goals, it's about the journey. It's about creating that new lifestyle. It's about, being consistent with going to the gym 2-3 times a week, or moving at least. And it's about being consistent with making better food decisions daily. And it's being consistent about getting to bed earlier and all these things. And it's about living a healthier lifestyle and not just about getting to the actual goal. Because too many times we've seen this. It's easy to lose 30 pounds if you go run every day and you eat 1,000 calories. I mean, I shouldn't make that statement, but I'm just saying there's 1,000 or there's 1,000,000 ways to lose weight. That doesn't mean it's going to make you healthier, and that doesn't mean it's going to be enjoyable, probably not. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be sustainable, and most likely it won't be sustainable. So it's not because it's working and you're getting some form of results, or you think you are, that it's an actual sustainable way to get healthier. So we have to be super careful with that. So when you really approach, if you change the approach of your health and journey and you approach this in playing the long game, I just want to become a healthier person. I'm just going to start taking, making steps towards, moving more daily or weekly at least, and, eating more fruits in my diet and starting to get to bed at a more decent time, and or maybe creating a morning routine that is allowing me to be more calm throughout the day and adding some meditation. So it's really about changing like the way you, you go about your days and who you are, really just kind of enhancing that person of yours. So you slowly are building habits and not just getting on a program that is temporary. You do the program, you get the results, and then you walk away. It doesn't work like that. None of this is going to be sustainable.
Yeah, it's creating a new you. You have to create a new you. You can't just expect to add in lifting or weight training and then eat a little bit different and expect everything else in your life to stay the same, and then you're going to magically, reap all the benefits.
Right. You need to become a different person if you want different results.
Yeah.
So, but that takes time, and that takes taking the long route, right? And most people want to get there right away, and we understand, right? Instant gratification. It's easy to want to have things right now, and a lot of people we're not patient when it comes to reaching our goals, and we get it because we want to be there. But the reality is, if it doesn't take you much time to get there, it's probably not a good sign in the first place.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I mean, I'm just saying this like 90%, but I would say the vast majority of the times when you are doing weight loss programs and you're dropping weight really fast and things are moving super fast, it's most likely not healthy for you. And so you got to ask yourself in the first place, are you doing this for your health, or are you doing this just for, dropping the pounds off? But a lot of times people are thinking, well, I need to lose weight because if I lose weight, I'll be healthier. Well,
or happy.
Or happier, yeah. But there's other things we need to work on, because losing weight doesn't always equal becoming healthier, and most of the time it doesn't. And losing weight doesn't make people happier unless you're doing the inner work at the same time. We've seen that a whole lot as well. I think Hill said something. So you need to change your mind. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So that's our next point. We're gonna get into really good point here. So the first thing is having a different approach to health and fitness. Okay, so play the long game. Have in mind that I'm just going to slowly become that new person that is actually more active, healthier. It's not easy. What I'm just saying, you need to change that mentality. If you think you're going to go back to another program and sign up for another quick fix thing, another cleanse detox program, whatever, we need to stop going there. Stop doing those quick fixes approach. It doesn't work. A lot of times people will come to us and like, well, when I did that, I'm not going to say names, but when I did this, I lost 30 pounds. But then, where are you at today?
I want to know some names.
No. When I did this, I lost 30 pounds. I'm like, okay, well, I gained 60 back. Okay, we hear this constantly. None of these programs are working. In the moment, people feel like they're winning because they're temporarily losing weight or they're temporarily seeing results. But most of these programs are not sustainable. So some of the cues that you want to be listening to when you're doing these kinds of programs, if it sells you something that sounds really too easy or too quick, it's probably not a good sign. Okay, so just look for the claims. The other thing too, I'd say, as you're doing it, if you're suffering for it, it's not a healthy thing. I'm not saying that change is not uncomfortable and it requires effort and hard work, but what we're saying is that if you have to starve yourself, which is not normal, or if you have to, let's say, cut out sugar and then you're craving sugar all day long and you can't even focus at work, if you have to get up at 4 a.m. to go run for an hour and you're dying,
exercising every day,
over exercising and
or
things
more
like
than 4 days a week.
Yeah. So if you're like basically feeling like you're killing yourself, you're depriving yourself, you are exhausted, you're stressed out, you're anxious, if it's affecting your mood, your sleep, it's affecting your, if you're getting symptoms, you know, your digestion or anything like that, it's probably not a good sign.
Yeah, if you, for me, and when I wrote it down, it made a lot more sense, but how can you find happiness in or health in an unhealthy or unhappy way? So you're going to do things that make you not happy, unhappy, to find happiness. Or you're going to do something that's unhealthy to get you to health.
Yeah.
It's
doesn't work.
Yeah, you have to do the things that you enjoy that make you happy and that are healthy, and then you become happy and healthy.
I like what you said, because a lot of times people don't ask.
It's live, you heard it. It can never be erased. We have proof now on video.
Okay, 1 point for you. You know,
I'm gonna go back after this video is done and extract that part, and I'm gonna have that play. You know what? You are right. I like what you said. It's gonna be
it's
replayed
over. It's
and
over. I gotta watch every single word I say, every face I make,
every breath you take.
Every breath. Thank you. So, because most of the people, if you really think about your goals, your health goals, your fitness goals right now, if you think about it, it's like, okay, if I ask you, what is your main goal? Most people will say, oh, I want to change something about my body. I want to lose, let's say 30 pounds, whatever. If that's the goal, well, it's not the exact goal. If you really dive in to figure out why do you want to lose 30 pounds, what does it bring to your life? If you really dig deep, right, for most people, it's like, well, they think getting to that goal is going to make them happier. So really what they're looking for is to be, happier, to have an enhanced life, a better life, right? So if you really dive deep, then how can you create more happiness and betterment in your life by using an approach that is detrimental, destructive, that is hurting you, that is non-pleasant? And not to say, again, going to the gym is not always fun for everyone, but there's a way to make it fun. There's a way to make it enjoyable, and you should be able to find that way for yourself. So just some food for thought. Also, parentheses, if you're looking to, get into any kind of health and fitness program, and you're really trying to take charge of your health and fitness, please do find someone who has some form of credentials or is knowing what they're talking about. Do not go to your neighbors that just signed up for the newest trend of line of supplement that they're selling to make extra money. Airborne.
Or what else is there?
Stop it.
Shakeology.
Thank you, Greg. So do not.
Oh, my favorite. Smorgalife. You know that one's a popular one.
I don't know. So any of those, okay? Just use your common sense. Okay? Ask around, do some research, educate yourself, read on the topic. One way to make things sustainable is to understand what you're doing. So you have to some extent put in a little effort in your education and read and understand what you're doing, and make sure that your coach or whoever you're working with knows what they're talking about.
And you don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to learn.
No, you don't have to learn every detail, but you need to kind of do a little bit of work to understand, have an idea of what you're doing, and not just putting trust or faith in anyone, because you're going to burn yourself. Which
is what we do here. We give information, the basics that people need to learn to better themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, that's a good start, right? It's common sense, but it's good to hear it, because too many times I've seen so many women come to me and they're like, well, I did this and I did that, and I'm like, well, you can't be just putting all that stuff in your body. I mean, if it's not real food, think about it, it's not common sense, right? If it's powder stuff, it's like, and again, there's context around everything, and we don't have time here to, explain all of the differences. But, if it's not real food, and if you have to starve yourself or whatever that is, right? If it doesn't make sense, then follow your gut for that kind of stuff. All right, so enough said, because this one is long, but
all right.
Hopefully that was helpful. If you have questions, comments, just type it in the box there. The second common reason why people are struggling to maintain or even get any sustainable results is...
I was trying to think of a lyric or a song.
No, just say it.
Your mindset.
Yeah. Okay. That leads... Well, it's very much in line with the first one, but mindset is something that we do talk a lot about, and I think, you know, mindset slash mindfulness, because it kind of like ties into other things. But the way you think,
what you feed your mind,
makes a big difference when it comes to your health and fitness, especially if you want it to be sustainable. Because here's the truth, and that's just something that, you know, again, I've said over and over with people. If it was just about exercising and eating well, everybody would do it. Because most people, I think everyone knows that we all need to eat healthy and exercise, right? That's kind of like the foundation of health. But the reason why people aren't doing it, it's not because they don't know, right? There's some things going on behind, you know, their ear, like between their ears, behind their ears.
Behind their ears.
Right over there. Between the ears. There's
between the
there's a
eyes.
huge mindset component when it comes to your health and fitness, because people will say to us, well, I know what I need to do. Why aren't you doing it? Well, I don't have the motivation, or I need more accountability, or I don't know where to start, or, you know, so there's so much more than just knowing what to do when, you know, there's a lot of context in knowing what to do also. But the mindset component is super important as well, because you need to know, like, we need to break down how change happens. You know, your behaviors, your habits are dictated by how you think and what you believe. If you don't change the way you think, if you don't change your beliefs, none of these outcomes and behaviors are going to change. You're going to keep repeating the same things over and over and having the same results. You're just going to change from program to program, but doing the same thing. You know, you can get results on any program if you put your mind to it. Doesn't mean it's healthy, but I'm just in the terms of like getting results. If you are in the right mindset, you can get results. But a lot of times people are lacking that mindset, right? So that's some of the things that we need to, you know, what, like how to stay motivated, right? How to set realistic expectations, or what does that even mean, right? How change actually happens. Understanding all these different concepts are very important when it comes to staying on track, staying motivated, sticking to the plan, and also, you know, and also start with the first thing we just said, having the right approach to your health and fitness. Because if you stick with the mentality of a quick fix, and it's probably not going to work for you if you're trying to create sustainable results, right? Yeah. So you need a sustainable approach, mentality, mindset. So, you know, mindset is huge. I mean, we're not going to break it down, but that's one of the common
different way of looking at things, that an approach you can take, instead of thinking of, you know, failing as a bad thing. Look at it as learning, which it is, you know.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good example. So people, yeah, you get 2 points today, Greg. Woo! Ching! So people will, you know, they'll get onto a health and fitness journey having a very black and white mentality. It's like, I gotta do it all, and I gotta do it all perfect. If I mess up, then they
one
just
single
go,
thing.
Right. They have like one drink, or they have like some ice cream or some pizza, whatever, on Friday. Yeah. And then the whole weekend, you know, like becomes like a cheap weekend.
Gorge fest.
And then they're like, I'll start over on Monday. Or whatever.
The infamous, I'll start Monday.
And it's like, you need to change that mentality around failure. Failure is part of the process. Mm-hmm. You're going to have some bumps in the road. You're going to mess up. We want you to mess up, because these are great opportunity to learn and figure out, oh, how did that happen?
Failures.
What could I have done to avoid it? And if I couldn't avoid it, what could I have done to fix it while it was happening? Yeah. So these are a great opportunity to change. If you don't stop and assess and kind of readjust, you're never going to change those things, and you're going to keep repeating the same things, right? Yeah. So we want our clients to fail and mess up, because that's how they learn, and that's how they readjust. And they, you know, it's not you're not going to change overnight. It's going to be a slow, progressive way. So you need to change the way you approach
your mentality.
Yeah, your mentality is super important. Your mindset, right? So
ask any successful person. They've learned. They say they'll say they've learned nothing from their successes. They've learned everything from their failures. And failures are just stepping stones to success. So.
Well, what they're saying is that the only difference between them and the people that didn't succeed is they just tried more.
Quit.
They didn't quit.
Which is the true failing. It's quitting.
Okay, that's one good example. When it comes to mindset, there was another one that came to my mind. But it doesn't come back right now.
It doesn't come back right now.
black and white mentality.
Oh,
yeah.
nothing.
So if you think you know it all, right? We see that a lot. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, but I know how to do it. But you're still not getting the result. You've been doing it your way so many times, and you I know how to do it.
I know what to eat.
I know what to eat. I know what. If you're not open to learn something new, if you think you know it, if you're not open to break down some of the beliefs that you have, question some of the things you think you might know, you're not in a place to learn something new. It's not going to change.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Because if you are in a place where you're not happy with where you're at, and it's not working for you, but you're not willing to learn a new way, you're not willing to try something long enough, consistently enough to see the results, then it's not going to work. And ultimately that comes down to, you know, wanting to be in control and having fear of letting go. And this is a little deeper, but you know, there's a lot going on behind, like I said, in the mind, behind the eyes. Thank you.
Between the ears.
Between the ears. So there's a whole lot going on when it comes to mindset, and we're having, if anything, when people are coming into our program, they think they're going to be doing mostly training and nutrition. We do that a lot, but I think some of the things we talk the most with our clients is mindset and mindfulness, and how to slow down, and how to reprioritize your life, and how to reorganize your schedule, and how to make sure you're putting yourself first, and how, you know, we're having all these conversations with people because this is like the foundation. You know, if you don't create space for yourself in the first place, well, it's never going to happen. So there's a whole lot that goes behind that. So mindset is the second one. So if you don't change the way you think, if you don't approach, you know, if you don't work on your mindset, if you don't create more mindfulness in the process of your health and fitness journey, so you have time to slow down and see what works, what doesn't work, so you're not repeating constantly the same mistakes, well, it's going to be very challenging for you to get any results or any sustainable results as well.
I think the main that I like a lot is if the belief thing. If you don't believe in what you're doing, or
yes,
if you don't believe that you can do it, then you're never going to do it.
No, because you're just going to keep sabotaging yourself because you don't believe you can do it in the first place. So there's no point to put in effort. Consistency comes from certainty. If you're not certain about what you're doing, and you're not putting in, and you know, if you're not certain about what you're doing, it's because you're probably not doing the work to learn about it and really understand what you're doing in the first place. So if you start understanding what you're doing, educating yourself, reading, understanding, you become more certain about the process. As you become more certain about the process, you become more consistent about the process, and consistency eventually leads to results.
E equals MC squared.
That was a long
Boom.
equation, but I hope that you guys understand, right?
Replay
If you're,
that.
yeah, it's really important to understand that. So all of this comes back to mindset. I mean, we read tons of books, and we follow tons of authors, and we talk about this with our clients, and it's really important to constantly challenge your mind.
No, it's funny. I'm just thinking about this right now as we're talking about it, but if someone asked me probably years ago, like, how can I get into better shape, or what can you do, like what can I read, I'd probably give them a nutrition and a training book. Now I'd probably give them a mindset book.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
more important.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so important, guys, because again, you might have all the information, the best information in the world, the best training program, and the best nutrition program. You can have the whole thing, and you can spend thousands of dollars to buy the best program out there. If you're not going to get up and do it because you don't have the motivation, or you don't believe in it, or whatever XYZ reason, it's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah.
So we need to approach that from a mindset perspective. Okay, so that's our second one. All right, third one.
Third one.
What's number 3?
Environment.
Yikes.
Yes.
Number 3 that we see a lot is people are trying to do this alone. Not to say you can't do it alone, but it's so much more challenging. People don't have, well, there's a couple components to environment. First of all, let's talk about the community aspect and the support system. To have a support system and to have people that are around you that are supporting you in your journey is super important. It can be a friend with who you go work out, or someone who understands what you're doing, is encouraging you, is supportive, and is positive about what you're doing, because there's going to be times where you're not going to feel like going to the gym, you're going to feel like giving up, and this person times right, with a big S, And this person is going to be there to support you and say, hey, remember why you started? I'm super proud of you. Have you seen how far you've come? I mean, don't forget to look at, everything you've accomplished so far, right? So it's very important to create that support system. This is why here, I think we're getting so much more results. It's not because our program is amazing, but it's because we have an amazing community.
Yes.
And people in here are supporting each other. When you're coming to the gym, people tell us all the time, well, I'm coming here, like I know I have accountability. People are waiting for me. I'm looking forward to meet the other persons when I'm training. I'm looking forward to talk to them on the Q&A calls. There's the support. People are feeling supported. They're feeling understood.
Not only are they looking to be supported, but they're looking to support them too.
Yeah, it's very empowering to support each other, exactly. Yeah. And it's empowering to be there and to help someone who's right here and telling them, look, you can do this, I used to be there. And it's empowering to be that person here that is being pulled forward by the other person that has been there. And it's just beautiful when people are working together. And I'm sure some of you guys might have had experiences like this where you had a gym buddy and you were so much more motivated to go to the gym because you had someone to go with. Everyone is different, but to some extent, the support system, whether it's someone that goes to the gym with you or if you're more of a loner, you like to go to the gym on your own, but it's good to have the support system of people behind you. It could be your partner, your family, your friends that are supporting you, encouraging you.
Your pets.
Not trying to pull you away from, right? Your pets, yes, your pets are awesome. And so, which leads to your environment. Now, your environment is so much more than just the people around you, but the people around you have a huge influence on how you behave and the decisions you're making. Because we are the equation of the 5 people we hang out the most with. And if these 5 people you hang out the most with are not trying to better themselves like you are, they're not going to the gym, they're not eating healthy, they're not taking charge of their lives, it's going to be very hard for you to try to do something different. As human beings, we are wired to want to be like others that we are close to, our tribe. It's just a survival mechanism. That's just how we're wired. And so our recommendation to you is to make sure that your environment, the people you hang out the most with, you spend more time with, are supportive of what you're trying to build. Because if you don't have that, we've seen this over and over, people are struggling. You're creating so much resistance. It's like you're swimming against current constantly. Make it easy on you. Now, we're not saying cut out all these people, out of your life because they drink all the time or because they like to party or because they don't go to the gym. But just don't spend as much time with them or find new friends. Well, I mean, you don't have to spend your whole, weekends with them. You can spend an hour or two or, whatever. This is your choice ultimately. Everything needs to be done in a very healthy, organic way. But it's just to become aware of your relationships and the people around you, because sometimes we need to make those tough decisions of transitioning or spending less time with one person and maybe just creating new friends, Go to a local gym and start making friends with people that go to the gym. At least that's a good starter, Come into a place where there's already a community of healthy people or people that are trying to better themselves, anything. And, environment is also your physical environment. So that leads into how is your space at home? A good example we give our clients is like, how are you going to be motivated to even cook or prep your food is your kitchen is a hot mess and it's not clean, it's disorganized, and you don't have the proper tools. So you're not going to feel like cooking. Every time it's going to feel like overwhelmed. So maybe the first step is to start cleaning your kitchen. Next time you walk in, you feel so freaking excited, you're going to want to cook, right? That's just a good example. If you want to have a good morning routine, stop this. If you want to have a good morning routine, you want to start your day the right way, maybe you need to clean up your bedroom. Maybe you need to arrange your space and environment to where you have a meditation chair and then things are clean and it's organized and I'm getting disrupted right here. So I hope this makes sense.
I tried not to.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're at the end of the conversation.
I'll be right back.
Okay, guys. So hopefully this was helpful. Just to reiterate the three the 3 common reasons. Number 1, we talked about having the right approach to your health and fitness. So
Did you miss me?
we missed you.
I know.
So I was
It was
doing a recap.
It was rhetorical.
Okay. So number 1 was having the right approach to your health and fitness. So stop with the short term, quick fixes approach and start taking the long term approach, right? Playing the long game.
Don't worry about doing every little thing.
Just start with one thing and work on it, and think of becoming that person and implementing a lifestyle as opposed to hitting a certain goal.
Well, we usually say this, but we didn't say this, and I think it sums it up pretty well. Is be the person that does the things that that has what you want. So just start doing that.
Start thinking and acting like this person, and it will happen
Yeah.
sooner or later. Actually, much sooner than you think if you do it the right way. Number 2 is your mindset. We need to start shifting your mindset, because the way you think right now is giving you those actual results that you currently have. If you don't like what you have, you need to change the way you think, because this will dictate behaviors and the way you do things. And number 3 is your environment. So community support. Do you need to change your environment? Do you need to have a better better supportive people around you, a circle of friends, or get into a new community of people, or do you need to change the way your house is? Do you need to declutter your house and make it more organized so you can do things, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe you need to go to a different gym because the gym you go to you don't like it, and you're actually every time you go there you're not really working out because you're uncomfortable, right? It could be as simple as that. So there's so many reasons to just take some time and assess those things to see where you might need to work on, and it can help you make some steps forward, because ultimately what we tell our clients all the time is it's not about perfection, it's about progression. As long as you're making baby steps in the right direction, you are making progress, and ultimately that's what matters. You're not going to get that overnight. Nobody does.
Yeah,
So stop thinking like that.
Yeah, the alternative is you quit, and then you're definitely not going to get the health of the body that you want. So might as well keep putting in the work and trying.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, guys, so that is it for us. That was a long video, but that was fun.
Always is.
With a lot of distractions. So if you guys have any comments, questions, just post them below. We're going to also be sharing this to YouTube and other platforms. We're going to try to we'll normally do this weekly and on Fridays. We've been changing the schedule.
It's not going to be on Fridays anymore.
We'll see, no. So probably on Tuesdays, right?
Tuesdays, yes.
Okay, around the same time. And then, if you guys have any topics you'd like for us to cover, or what?
No.
Follow, like, subscribe, complain, send an inbox, and whatever you need to do. Let us know. We're here to support you. We're doing these videos for
Well, I
you
was going
guys.
to say, we always say if you have a topic, but no one ever says anything, so.
Well,
no one's
yeah,
going
we
to do
do.
it ever.
I get ideas from clients.
Well, clients. I'm talking about people here.
People talk to me, not to
Take
Greg.
advantage.
Come talk to me.
Yeah, talk to Melissa.
All right, everyone. You have a wonderful Tuesday, and we'll see you on the next video.
Be sure to tip your waitress.